And I saw you do something in your match with Zach Maxwell. The way you did a kimura is different than it's usually taught. And it's similar to the way I like to do it too, but it looked a little bit different. So I'd like to pick your brain on your kimura.
Yeah, sure. So what we're gonna do today, I haven't cut back to see the tape yet on exactly how I did it and what position I set it up from. But I'm gonna do it the way that I've showed it in the past, and this is how I usually set it up. So I assume that this is how it happened. We'll see. All right, so I'm gonna start from half guard. Okay, so my opponent's gonna be on top. All right, and many times what we struggle to deal with from half guard is the concept of our partner constantly digging in this underhook, because he does have top position. So naturally gravity is gonna permit my partner on top to control me a little bit more with this underhook than I'm able to control him. So when I'm pummeling on the inside, or when he's pummeling on the inside, what I do many times is just protect myself from getting underhooked. He may still put pressure forward, all right, but he can't really get underneath my arm. So he may just put his arm alongside my back while I keep my elbow on the inside. And a lot of times I look to try and pass this arm through over my partner's back. I even do this when my partner attempts to do different things like darce choke me from half guard. I'll rotate the arm through and start to try and pass through my partner's back. Many people's response to this is to reach back and attempt to either a crossface or attempt to re-underhook me. Okay, in either situation we could start to lock in this kimura. Okay, if he tries to re-underhook, so bring this elbow on the inside. If he tries to re-underhook, I catch the wrist as it's coming through and I immediately thread into a kimura. Okay, now if my partner attempts to cross-face me, so he just brings that arm all the way over my face, I do the same thing. I catch my partner by the hand, okay, and then I would just have to lean back so that I can come out just enough to be able to lock that kimura. And now what you guys will see here, all right, is I'm just gonna attempt to use this for leverage. Now, there's two ways to do this. One is to get it stuck inside my partner's stomach so that I have control over my partner's body weight and I can lift him with the wrist. The second way to do it, which is how I did it at Metamoris, I believe, is to take this wrist and eventually rotate it all the way over my partner's body behind the back. If we can put it behind the back, there'll be pressure convincing my partner to lift forward. If we do it at the stomach, we have to do more of the work, okay, by sucking my partner's shoulder in and lifting with my toes. If I put it over the back, I can do most of the work by simply pushing the wrist over my partner's back. Okay, so in either situation, I'm gonna attempt to take my foot, make a butterfly hook underneath my partner's knee. All right, if I don't have the space and my partner's getting heavy, all right, I'll do a little hip bump into my partner, a little bridge. All right, my hips pop out, just enough room to dig that butterfly hook in. If it's stuck on my partner's stomach, I'll do the same thing as if it's over the back. I pull my partner in with the butterfly hook and my arms, and then I immediately start rotating my partner up and over and start to transition into my attacks. If my partner is in this position once again, and I lock this kimura, and he chooses to keep it out, many people don't because they could get submitted, but what you notice is that Zach chose to keep it out and use an elongation of the arm to attempt to defend the kimura. Okay, so when this happens, it's tougher to tuck it into the stomach because they didn't choose to defend that way. So now we're gonna look to take this wrist and bring it up and over our partner's back. So I hip out, toes come in again, and now we start working on bringing this wrist behind my partner's back as means of loading my partner's weight up and onto my toes. Once again, I push off the ground, lift with my toes, bring this over the back, and we can enact that sweep again. And there's just many things we can transition into here, all right, whether it's chokes, whether it's arm locks, whatever the case may be. I think I eventually ended up coming up and attacking his legs again because I'm crazy, all right, but nonetheless, all right, there's many other submissions that are normal we could do to transition into from there, but that's kind of my take on the kimura position from half guard.
And how about from the top? Which do you prefer, the hand grip or?
It depends on the situation. I think this is more controlling, right? This is more controlling in many cases, all right, whereas this may be a little bit tighter in terms of submission, okay?
Very cool. And last question on the kimura. I think even Jeff mentioned during the broadcast, some people teach with the thumb out, some people teach with the thumb in. What's your take?
Yeah, my take, again, it's just kind of situational. It's hard to say. Again, I think this is a little bit more controlling, a little bit more power without the thumb.
So you can't say a blanket, always keep the thumb in.
Yeah, I think you have to play around with your kimura grips a little bit to find out, what's going to work good for you in certain situations.
Garri Tonnon, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.